Alright guys, so back to reality, back to work as I'm back from vacation. This car, I guess I looked at it right before when I went on vacation, and it's back, along with a bunch of other stuff that my coworker's already done for me. Somebody's done my torque converter on a Ridgeline already, and somebody's also done a transmission on a CRV for me too. So I guess took some of the workload off of me. But today I got this one that came in for, which I looked at previously, and yeah, we're doing a thermostat, radiator, axle seals, and I'm putting winter tires on because winter's just coming. So yeah, let's get to it. This is Honda. This is a 2009 Honda Accord with 172,000 kilometers. It's got a leaking radiator. Also recommended the thermostat with it too. So yeah, it's just right there. Might as well, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna start draining the coolant, remove some plastic bits underneath the hood, and show you where the radiator is. So yeah, I literally got home yesterday around 3. My flight landed around like 12, right? Drove home, had to pick up a SIM card because I lost my SIM card in Vietnam somewhere. And then, yeah, picked that up so that way, I have my phone number. And then passed out at like 3 o'clock, and then literally woke up this morning at like 4. So I slept a good maybe 12 hours. And then, yeah, came into work this morning. So yeah. Alright, so just show you where the radiator is. This is right here. It's a pretty simple job. Couple bolts holds this radiator. Same with this side bracket. Take the radiator fans out, right? Maybe have to remove this thing, and then the thermostat is just right there, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and drain the coolant. I've already removed the plastic bits and airbox stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna drain the coolant and then yeah, start taking the radiator out. It's not too hard, remove the hose clamp and stuff. So yeah. Alright, so took out the cover, make sure I have the parts before I start, because first day back, you don't know if it was here yesterday or here today. But just to show you where the leak is that I saw from last time, this is where it's leaking from. You can see, it's a slow leak, but it is leaking, you can see. So yeah, that's why we're replacing this radiator. We're gonna drain the coolant. Here's the little petcock, you just, turn it, drain it, right? That's how you drain it. I go get myself a bucket and let it drain, and then I can start removing the all the tranny lines and stuff, and the radiator fan. So, and the other thing that I recommended is this axle seal. You see, it's all wet, right? It's dry above, right? Dry above, but yeah, this axle seal is leaking. It's not too bad. It's just a little bit wet, but you can see the whole shaft is all wet all the way around. And it's maybe not even, it's not even dripping yet, but it's just wet. So also recommended that. So we're doing that as well. So we're gonna have to take off the axle, or pull out the axle, and then pop a new seal in, and then that should be it. All right, so what we've done is we disconnect the transmission lines, right? That one over there. Oh man, I got tripped on. Yeah, lower rad hose, and then there's a connector for that temperature sensor down there, and yeah, that's it. Now I go back on top, and we can just yank it from the top. So once you remove these brackets on each side, this radiator just literally just comes right up. You can just pull it right up. You can keep the radiator fans on, right, and then just swap them off later. Make sure you disconnect the connectors for the rad fans. It's easier to get it from underneath than up here. You do not have to remove this, I don't think. It should just come right up. So let me just pull it up with one hand. If I can't, then I gotta use both hands. I think I'm caught on something, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get both hands in there. Yeah, okay. I'll bring you right back when I got this thing out. All right, so that's the radiator. I just forgot the clip that was connecting the wire harness for this side of the radiator fan, so I had to go back underneath and unclip this. So yeah, pretty simple. Came out easy. I just gotta swap over the fans, right? This temperature sensor, and I think that's it. Yeah, and then the radiator cap, because the new one never comes with the new radiator cap. But before we put in the new one, we can change this thermostat. The one thing I hate about these K-series motor with the plastic thermostat behind it, you see these bolts that it goes, like this bolt right here, and it goes back. There's a sleeve that it threads into, and when they break, they just spin. So that's the bad thing about these K motors with the plastic thermostat housing behind it. The new one is plastic. Let me show you. yeah, so it's a plastic. The thermostat itself is part of the housing. Let me show you. Yeah, so that's what it looks like, right? It's got a quick connect on this side, so you just gotta pop that clip out, pull it out, and then yeah, there's your thermostat. So hopefully those bolts break free and not spin the sleeve behind that thermostat housing. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and yeah, it's not too hard. Oh, and if you're wondering why it's so dark, my lights are out, and they've been out since I went on vacation, and they still hadn't fixed it yet. So yeah, that's why it's so dark here, and I'm using my light. Okay, so just to show you what I'm talking about, this part is plastic, and then you see the threaded sleeve that goes into plastic. Those, you know, when it's pretty bad or you know, it's really corroded, the corrosion around that sleeve will expand. So this will start spinning inside the plastic, and you're gonna have to need this new housing, which you got to remove it out of the back, and get all the. I think there's a steel pipe back there. Yeah, there's a set of steel pipe. Yeah, that's a steel pipe. I think one of them is with like an O-ring that goes into that, and then there's a hose there. So yeah, to do this one, it's a, I don't know, bit of more work to do, but this one isn't too bad. So, you know, I didn't have to replace it, and it didn't spin. So yeah, I didn't order that, but yeah, it came out easy, and yeah, that should be it. Put a new thermostat in. Before I, you know, unbolting this, make sure you remove this guy first, because if you unbolt it with the whole thermostat out and you're going to reuse this hose, it's easier to yank this part off of the thermostat housing rather than with it off the car, if you know what I mean. Yeah, just so you got a more of a grip on it to pull it out than having it off the car. Alright, so swapped over everything, fans, swap over the sensors, but one thing you want to make sure is these guys are tight before you put them on. Make sure you check them yourself. Don't just rely on the last person who tightened them, so, you know, just for your own peace of mind. Just to show you where it was leaking, it's like right here. I guess this foam piece has been soaking up all the coolant, right? It's not much of a leak, but it is leaking. So yeah, what we're gonna do is just throw this back in, and then we're done with the thermostat, and I gotta change that axle seal. Alright, so stuck it back in. It wasn't too hard. Put the brackets back in. This one actually came with a new rad cap, which is surprising because you don't usually get a new rad cap with the new radiator. I guess it depends on the guy who manufactured it or put the radiator together, if you wanted to put a radiator cap with the new radiator or not. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go underneath, connect all the hoses, tranny lines, you know, connectors, and radiator fan connectors, and then yeah, we're all done to fill it back up. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that axle seal. Alright, so on the axle seal, I already broke this loose. I just, you know, hit it here, a couple taps, and this thing popped right out, right? As you can see, right? It's out. Unbolted this. So I might have to take the top bolt out to get this fork out of the way so I can get the axle shaft out. We'll see about that. I don't know yet. I just took a couple of these bracket bolts out, right? So just give me enough slack to swing this hub out of the way. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna see if I can get this axle without taking this fork, because I tried to break that bolt, the pinch bolt up there, and I didn't want to move. This guy right here. So yeah, usually they usually snap. So yeah, got the axle out. So dark. Man, I need light in my thing. But yeah, the surface on the axle doesn't look, you know, usually they wear a groove in it because the seal runs on this thing and it creates a groove and it leaks, but it looks okay. So we're just gonna replace the axle seal that's, you know, flinging oil everywhere, as you can see. It doesn't look like it's from the top. So, you know, up there is dry, it's just around that area. Now you can see. So yeah, so we're gonna pop out that seal, Gonna pop out that seal, and then we're gonna pop in a new one, and then stick the axle back in, and then we're done. So I didn't have to take that upper bolt off. I just stuck a pry bar in here, pried it down as far as I could, and then slip it through the this thing, and got the axle out. All right, so give the inside of this thing a wipe. If I can reach my hand in there. Yeah, no, other gotta go around. Give it a wipe around the sealing surface on the transmission. Give that a wipe. Then we can start the new one by hand. Right, better luck in there. And that's should be pretty good. Let me take a look. Better view with the camera. Yeah, you can see some oil right there. It's just gonna be there. So yeah, we'll pop in a new seal. What do you know? It's the wrong one. It's a bigger hole than this one. So let's see if we have the other one in stock. All right, so here's the correct one. So this one is actually ordered before the customer. Clean off the oil off the axle. Yeah, clean that off. And put a little bit more grease on there. That's where it seals. Just a little bit extra. There's grease on that seal that I put in. But just a little bit more on that sealing surface on the axle, and then we're good. So I'm gonna pop this back in. Let me show you. I already put the new one in. I just make sure it's all, you know, flush up against the case. This part of it. It's nice and flush around the case of the transmission, so it's nice and flat. And then yeah, we're good to put in the new axle back in. All right, so just because there's a bushing here, right, you just got to load it up and then tighten this bolt. That's why I got the, you know, jack stand to support it, or, you know, load it. Axle nuts in. I just got to put the you know, little bits and pieces like the bracket bolts in, and that's pretty much it. So other than that, I'm just gonna do the winter tires and put the skid plate back in, and yeah, that's it. So I don't know if you want to watch me do tires, but I don't know. I don't think tires is that interesting. So I just gotta douche down this this stuff to clean it all off, get all the oil off of it, and then yeah. So the tires are actually on rims, but we've got to program the TPMS sensors. So I have this. This is my favorite tool. Programming TPMSs. Let me turn this on. We actually have like a shop one, and that thing's a brick right now. It's a snap-on one, a Honda Accord Goldwing. Oh, this thing also has a lifetime free updates compared to the snap-on one. So since our snap-on one's a brick, it's not good. It's not an indirect. So we're gonna go with that one. I'm gonna position relearn because the winter sets have TPMS sensors. OBD relearn. Press OK. Driver's front first. So yeah, if you want one of these, I'll put a link in the description. Yeah, put a link in the description if you want to get one on Amazon. Where's the sensor? There we go. Yeah, this is how easy it is to relearn or reprogram your TPMSs if you're swapping tires at home. That one reads. Last one. And that's it. I'm gonna go get the cable, and then I'm gonna connect it to the OBD inside the car, and then it's just gonna relearn it. Yeah, like it says, please connect OBD to turn on ignition. All right, so we are connected. Turn on the ignition on, and then continue. So it's commuting with the car. Let's turn off the fan. Now it's writing the IDs. your TPMS light is gonna flash. Then you're gonna need to road test it to reset the TPMS, and that's it. That's how easy this this tool is. You can always you can get one on Amazon with like four blank TPMS, and then relearn or install those onto your car and just sell the tool, and then you just get free TPMS sensors, and then you just program them, and then just sell the tool, and then you get your money back. So yeah, if anybody is interested in getting it, I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy one to Amazon. But this is a pretty good tool to have if you're swapping tires at home, and it's pretty quick. So write is successful, is done, proceed to the following steps, and it actually tells you what you need to do. Yeah, OBD relearn successful, and that's it. Now see, it also tells you that this right front battery is starting to get low. So that's also good information to know when you need to change that one TPMS sensor on the right front too. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's it. I'll recommend a TPMS sensor because it's getting low. He'll probably do it when they swap over his summer tires next time. And yeah, so I just gotta road test it. But yeah, anyways, I hope you liked the video. Thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.